The Chitrik Academy is dedicated in loving memory of Rabbi Tzvi Hirsh Chitrik.
Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to learn from Baiminate of Bibi, the line ends with the word Bibi, until the two dots over here, the two dots that say Rav Shimon ben Elazar. Let's start the Gemara. Baiminate of Bibi, Rav Nachman, Rav Bibi asked to Rab Nachman, so the question is going to start here, so let's make a question mark. Makim, Havi Simon? If someone lost something and he's able to prove he knows where he lost it, is that considered a simon? Is that considered a proof that it belongs to him? Alay Havi Simon. Or is saying that where you lost the item not considered a simon? That's the Gemara's question. The Gemara answers from over here, so that's a over there. Reb Nachman is answering a Bibi. Amar lei, Reb Nachman is answering a Bibi. Tanisuha, we learned in a Braisa, Matzah chaviyah shel yain. If a person found barrels of wine, v'shel shemen, or of oil, v'shel tvua, or of grain, v'shel gregres, or of dried figs, v'shel zaysim, or olives. If a person found a barrel in a public area of any of these places, Perek Eilu Metzios, the person may keep it. This is the end of the Braisa, from Tanisuha until here. Now he's going to try prove whether Makom is a simon or not from this Braisa. V'i salka daitach, and if we would think the Makom havi simon, that knowing the place where the item was lost was found is considered a simon, lechriz Makom. The finder should have to announce that he found something in a certain area, and let the owner come say that he lost something in a certain area. Why does the Braisa say that if a person finds it, he may keep it? Maybe the owner may come and identify the place where it was lost and it would be a good simon. So we see from here, from this Braisa, that Makim lo havi simon. Makim is not a good simon. If a person says, I lost something in this area, and it happens to be the correct area where the finder found it, it's not going to be considered a good simon, and the finder may keep it. That was the Gemara's answer, Reb Nachman's answer to the Bibi. Now Reb Zvid is going to reject Reb Nachman's answer. So let's make an R on the side. He's going to reject it as follows. He's going to say that the Braisa is not referring to an ordinary case that we could prove that knowing where it was lost is not a simon. Let's see. Amar Reb Zvid said, Hach b'mayaskinan, in what case over here are we dealing with, this is the Braisa dealing with, Birakta de Nahara. It's referring to a case of a riverbank. And a riverbank is not considered a simon. In this area, it's not considered a simon. Why is this? In those days, the boats would come near the water, which the boat had the barrels where people would buy things, and then they would put the barrels in the water, and the person would come and unload the barrels from the river and put it on the land where he wants it to be. And it was very common that it could be a person forgot one of the barrels. He's unloading a lot of barrels were in the water, and one of them was lost, one of them was forgotten. But a lot of people, many people, are getting this shipment of barrels. So just by saying that if a person says, I lost my barrel near the water by the riverbank, it doesn't prove that it belongs to him, because many people have their barrels on the riverbank when they get shipments coming in. Therefore, in this case, the Braisa says that if a person finds a barrel that's abandoned, then the person may keep it. But in a regular case, where a person says the area where he found something, maybe Makim would be a simon. So from this case, we cannot learn that Makim is not a simon. This is Reb Zvid's rejection to this answer. And the Gemara is going to bring a proof of something that says the similar idea. The Gemara says, Amar Rav Mari, Rav Mari says, my taima, what is the reason for this that Amru Rabbanan, the Rabbanim said, Rakta Denara, the riverbank, Lai Havi Siman. If a person says, I lost something on the riverbank, it's not considered a good siman. Damrina Lake, because we tell the person who claims to be the owner, the same way you left something in the ocean, the riverbank, you left a barrel. It could be your friend also left a barrel. And therefore, because it's common, many people have their barrels in riverbank. So just by claiming that you had a barrel here and you lost it doesn't prove that the barrel that the finder found is yours. Now the Gemara is going to bring another version of what Ramadi said. The first one was, maybe the same way you lost your barrel, maybe your friend also lost his barrel. And let's see the second way. So this is the first version of Ramadi. Let's make a 1 here. Maybe even a 1 on the side. Here's the second version of what Ramadi said. Ikadamri, there are those who quoted what Ramadi said as follows. Amar Rav Mari, my taima Amru Rabbanan. Ramadi says, what is the reason for this that the Rabbanim said, Makim Lai Havi Siman, that a place, if someone loses something, just by saying the place is not considered a good siman. Damrinan Lei, because we tell him, the same way you lost something over here, your friend may have also lost something over here. Now, the difference between these two versions is that, according to version number 1, Ramari was referring to why Rakta Dinara, why the riverbank, the Chachamim say, is not considered a siman. Why you have a siman, according to the first version, it's only Rakta Dinara is not a siman, but it could be other cases where a person will say that I lost my item in this area. It would be a siman. Only the riverbank's not a siman. However, in the second version, Ramadi says that the Chacham say that Makim is never a siman, but claiming where the area is never considered a good siman. So this is the differences between these two versions. Let's write that down on the board. According to the version number 1, it could be that Makim is a siman. We still don't know. What we do know is that by Rakta Dinara, there it's not considered a siman. According to the second version, Ramari says that Makim is not a siman. Makim lo have a siman. So this is the difference between the two versions in the Gemara. Now let's continue with the Gemara. The Gemara is going to bring a case where the person is also trying to use the place as a siman. Hahu Gavra, there was a man, the Ashkach Kufra, who found tar, Be Matzarta, in a wine press. So also Kamei Rav, he came in front of Rav to know what is the halacha, may he keep it or not. Amar lei, Rav told this man, Zil shekel nafshach, you can go and take it for yourself. It belongs to you. You don't need to return it. Chazia, Rav saw, Davaka Mechasam, that this person was hesitating to keep it. Amar lei, so Rav told him, Zil plug lei, you could go divide it. I really hold that it could be, you can keep it. And I'll show you, you could zil plug lei, you could go divide it, echia brei minei. You could go divide what you found, minei, with it, to Chia, my son. Chia was the son of Rav. So Rav said, I really believe that you may keep it, and you can even go and divide it with to Chia, my son. Now the Gemara is going to try to prove from here that Rav holds that Makim is not a siman, and that's the reason why he told the person that he may keep it. So the Gemara is going to try to prove. Let's make the P. So it says the Gemara, Lema, will we say, Kasava Rav, that Rav holds Makim lai have a siman, that Makim is not a siman? Is this the reason? Can we prove from here that Rav holds that Makim is not a siman? So Gemara rejects this and says no. Rabbi Abba says, the reason why Rav says that this person may keep the tar is mishum yush bailim naguba. It's because the owner has given up. That is the reason why Rav said that the person may keep it. Because the owner has given up on finding it, therefore Rav said that the finder may keep it. How did he know that the owner had given up on it? The chaza, because Rav saw the kadchei bei chilfei, that he saw that weeds were growing from this tar. So he saw that it was already lost for a long time. So he knew the owner had given up on finding it. Therefore, he told this gavra, this person, that he may keep it. However, he doesn't. We don't know what Rav holds, whether makim is a siman or not. So to summarize from this Gemara, we tried to prove many times whether makim is a siman or not, and we were unable to prove it. We still don't know after this Gemara whether makim is a siman or not. And this is the end of this lesson.